Hello, everyone. It is Ramira. For those who do not know me, my name is Ramira, aka Mira the Goddess. You can follow me on all of your social media platforms at Mira the Goddess, MARATHEGODESS, and two number twos. Yes, I know it's one D in Goddess. That's how I want it to be. Um, I am 31 years old. I'm a mother, I'm a businesswoman, and I rob banks legally. And I'm always here to teach you how. I trade the largest financial market that there is, which is the Forex market or the foreign exchange market. It runs 24/5. There's two different types of ways to trade Forex, either fundamental analysis or technical analysis. I'm a fundamental analysis trader, which I will look base at. I will look back in price previous time, review their, that does not sound right. Okay. All right. So there's two different types of ways to trade for it. It's either fundamental analysis or technical analysis. I'm a technical analysis trader. Well, where we will study the charts, price, previous movements. Okay. You can get it now. I get the iPad? Yeah. Okay. I'm a mom. Try again. Four. Four? All right. You in here? All right. Close my door then. All right, so there's two different types of ways to trade forex, either by fundamental analysis or technical analysis. I'm a technical analysis trader, which we will look at price previous movements and patterns in the market and predict what will happen next. And one of the technical tools that I use is the Japanese candlesticks. So I am here teaching you guys. Um, so make sure to subscribe. Also, if you landed on this, this might be for you. Okay. You might need this. And if you don't need it now, it might be here for you when you need it. Okay. All right. If this is your returning time, welcome back to the craziness. Um, look at this little hair. Hold on. Let's do something with it because that's sticking out. Yeah, y'all should be so good at me. I have not broken a nail yet. Okay, and them nails normally be gone in 3 days. Okay. It is storming outside, so hopefully my internet connection does not mess up. Hopefully we don't get stopped again. All right. Should be smooth sailing for here on out right now. All right. Um, all right, so let's get into it. Candlestick Trading Bible. I tried to record this earlier, but I didn't actually like it. And also I had to stop as well. All right. So if this is your first time and you know nothing about this and you want to know something about this, I just want to let you know you're in the right place, but just at the wrong video, and that's okay. I got previous videos where you could be able to catch up, do your homework, and be here. Don't rush this process though. Okay. Don't rush this process. Yeah, it is, babe. I want you to be able to go back in the charts. I want you to train your eyes. I want you to get comfortable and be confident in the homework that you have been given. So when you do get to this video, you can know what's actually going on and you won't be confused. Okay. All right. So download the Candlestick Trading Bible. Um, okay, for the people who, yeah, I used to advertise a link, hey, do this. It wasn't even an advertisement. It was just like, this is what I learned. This is where I get it from. This is where you can download from. But you cannot download this, okay? Unless you try to find it. So but just be careful. But if you see this book, just type in the Candlestick Trading Bible. You could probably type in this. You should be able to download it. I hate that I'm actually just throwing y'all out in the wolves right now. But until I can find a link that I can be able to share, I will be able to give it to you. Or also, if you just send in a comments section and like, hey, I need the file, I can get to you. All right. All right, so if you already have this book downloaded, you've been following me, you've been rocking with me, whatever, you have this in your possession. I did not go over the introduction, the overview, or the history of candlesticks. So I need you to go over that. Don't skip up on this information because this is vital information. It talks about the Japanese candlesticks and why they're so powerful and how you can be use it to how you can be able to use it in any market. Okay. I have a video on one is a candlestick. I have a video on the engulfing bar, dragonfly, all its dojis, morning and evening star, one video, hammer, shooting star, harami, to the tops, bottoms. We went over market structure and how to trade those trending markets, support and resistance. That's a good one, guys. Trend lines, the ranging. Oh, today, yeah, in the ranging market. Um, if y'all watched my last video on the Ranger market, I felt like my energy was a little not there. I don't know if it's because it was raining. It was an eventful day. Um, hopefully it gave you clarity. But if you don't like that video, write in this comment section, be like, hey, do another Ranger market. And I could do a Ranger market. I won't feel offended. So today we're go Thank you. So today we're going over the time frames and top-down analysis. My sonny just brought me some chips. My other sonny is like stealing the chips. He's not stealing. So shouts out to Pringles. All right, the time frames and top-down analysis. Let's get it. All right, so as a price action trader, your primary time frame is 1 hour, 4 hour in the daily. Okay. Or daily 4 hour, 1 hour, however you want to do it. All right. Price action works on bigger time frames. If you try to trade pin bars or engulfing bars on a 5 minute time frame, you will lose your money because there's a lot of noise on smaller time frames, and the market would generate a lot of false signals because of the hard battle between the bears and the bulls. Hey, don't eat all my chips. Besides, there is no successful price action trader who focuses one one time frame to analyze his charts. And maybe you have heard the term top and down analysis, which means to begin with the bigger time frames to get the big picture, and then you switch to the smaller ones to decide whether to buy or sell the market. All right. So those higher time frames, we're figuring out what the market is doing. Lower time frames to see if we need to go ahead and buy or sell, or if we could be able to get into the trending market. All right. Let's say that you want to trade the 4 hour. You have to look at the weekly chart first and then the daily. And if the weekly and the daily charts align with the 4 hour, you could take the trading decision. All right. And if you want to trade the 1 hour, you have to look at the daily chart first. This is a critical step to do as a price action trader because this will help you avoid low probability trading setups and will allow you to stay focused on high probability price action signals. Okay. Through our top-down analysis, we always start with the bigger time frame, and we look for to gather the following information. All right. So one is the most important support and resistance levels. We talked about support and resistance and levels. The areas represent turning points in the market, and if you could identify them on a weekly chart, you would know what is going to happen when the price approaches these levels on the 4 hour chart. So you would decide either to buy, to sell, or to ignore your signals you get from the market. All right. Next is market structure, higher highs and higher lows, lower lows and lower highs. All right. The weekly analysis will help you to identify if the market is trending up, down, or if it's ranging or choppy. In general, you will know what the big investors are doing, and you will try to find a way to follow them on a smaller time frames using my price action strategies. We haven't talked about that yet. All right, and then now we have the previous candle. The last candle on the weekly charts is important because it tells us what happens during a week, and it provides us with valuable information that the future market moves about the future market move. All right. So the previous candle, the last candle on a weekly chart is important because it tells us what happens during a week. And it provides us with valuable information about the future market move. When you identify these points using the weekly chart, you can now move to the daily chart or the 4-hour chart and try to gather information such as one, the market condition. What is the market doing on a 4-hour time frame? Is it trending up, down, or is it ranging, or is it a choppy market? All right. Those important key levels on a 4-hour daily, yeah, it is 4-hour or daily time frame. So it could be your support and resistance, supply and demand areas, and also trend lines. We've talked about trend lines. We talked about a support and resistance levels, but we haven't talked about supply and demand. And we will get to that later on in the next chapters. Okay, price action signal. A candlestick pattern that will provide you with the signal to buy or short the market. All right. So what are our confluences? All right. So when we're marking up our chart, we go on those higher time frames and we see what the market is doing. I'm sorry. And we try to identify those major turning points in the market. Hmm. I have no idea what this password is. I don't know, babe. Give me a second. I'll figure it out, okay? I can't download Fukaboka right now. All right. So price action signal, a candlestick pattern that will provide you with a signal to buy or short the market. So this could be a pin bar, all right, and the engulfing bar or the inside bar. Inside bar is the harami, which is that pregnant candle, the pregnant Japanese candle. All right, let me give you an example to help you understand why it's important to adopt the top-down analysis concept and your trading method, and what is going to happen if you don't look at the bigger time frame before switching to your primary chart. All right, look at the illustration below. All right, so here's the example. All right, as you can see in this weekly chart above, we have gathered two important points that will help us to decide what to do on a daily time frame. All right, so that first point is the market approaches an important key resistance level that will represent a hot point in the market. All right, so this line right here, in this case, it will be a resistance level. All right, the second information is the rejection from this key resistance level. As you can see, the price was rejected immediately when it approaches the level. This indicates that there are sellers there and they are willing to short the market. All right, so every time price try to go up, it's being rejected. Try to go up one more time, being rejected. All right. What confirms our analysis is the formation of the inside bar false breakout pattern that indicates a reversal. All right. All right. So that inside bar, let me just see if I can zoom in. The last candlestick pattern, that red candle and that green candle or blue candle in this example. It lets us know that it is a likely bearish reversal. It's about to happen. Okay. All right, now let's switch to the daily time frame to see what's going on in the market. All right, so now at first we were on a weekly time frame, now we're on a daily time frame. Um, Let me shut up and let me just do it. Okay, on the daily chart, we have a clear pin bar candlestick pattern that indicates a bullish signal, which is that this blue one right here. Um, right? If you focus just on one time frame to make your trading decision, you will bottom market because there is a clear pin bar signal. But if you analyze the weekly chart, you will know that there is a very powerful key level that will stop the market from going up. So it's better to think of selling the market if there's a clear signal rather than buy it. All right, look what happened next. All right, daily time frame. Uh So it says top-down analysis wins. The bullish candlestick signal did not survive long after the market moved into the weekly turning point. Elements from the higher time frame could be such a powerful feature that they dominate over signal on your trading time frame. All right. So that bullish candle was there, right? But then it did not survive. Yeah, look at that. And then that three candlestick pattern is an evening star, but we're not talking about that. I just, yeah. All right, it says as you can see, the top-down analysis works. The pin bar candlestick signal didn't work because the weekly resistance was powerful turning point that reversed the market direction. If you want to trade price action based on one time frame, I highly recommend you to stop trading because you would end up losing your entire trading account and you would never become a successful trader. Trading counter trends is very profitable as well, but without the top-down analysis, you will put yourself in trouble. Okay. Let me give you another example to show you how you can trade counter trends using the price action trading setups in combination with top-down analysis concept. All right, starting from that weekly time frame again. All right, this price is now at a level where it's highly anticipated a reversal will occur. How do we know? Because it was been a proven major reversal point in the market if we look to the left. Let's technical analysis, look at the price previous movements, and we predict what happens next. You look left to go right. All right. From here, we only have a clear option. Look for sell signals on our trading time frame. As you can see in the chart above, price are at a weekly resistance level. Buyers were rejected twice from this level, which indicates the market is at a hot point and it's likely to reverse. What you could do as a price action trader is to switch the daily time frame to look for selling opportunities. All right. So on the weekly time frame, we've seen that area where it's a major turning point, that resistance level again. Now we need to go to the daily time frame and uh look for selling opportunities. If you can find a price action setup near the weekly resistance level on a daily time frame, this is going to be a high probability setup to take into consideration. All right. So drop down to the daily time frame. The daily chart above confirms our weekly analysis. As you can see, there is a clear bear signal near the weekly resistance level. The pin bar was rejected from that level, and there is also the formation of the inside bar false breakout. Okay. There's that pin bar that they were talking about. And there's also a formation of inside bar false breakout. Um, I'm not for sure where that inside bar false breakout is. Hopefully. Okay. I guess these two. We'll see. All right, this is a clear indication of a trend change. See what happened next. All right, we were at that weekly resistance level. All right. Oh, we can't. Here you go. Okay, this example above shows that counter trend works if it is as well mastered. What's wrong? You hot? You want go get your water downstairs. Okay. The example bull shows that the counter trend works if it is well mastered. It is a contrarian approach that requires experience. So if you are a beginner, I highly recommend you stick. Huh? It's green? Okay. Oh, you okay, give me 1 second, babe. I highly recommend you stick with the trend. Try to practice um, as you can. The top-down analysis concept with the trend. And when you master trading with the trend, you could then move to trade high probability counter trend setup. So they basically saying trade with the trend until you mastered it to trade with the trend. And then when you master it, you can counter trend only if there is a high probability setup. Okay. So they were making higher highs and higher lows in the market, right? But there's that resistance level, shot down, come back again, resistance level, shot down. We can anticipate a turning point because every time it comes here, it shots down. All right. Daily time frame, we have that bearish engulfing, or they saying the inside false breakout inside of it. Okay, and then what happens? She does. Oh no, hold on, y'all. This I normally don't have this on my other phone. Yeah, I don't do this. Amber alerts turned off. Emergency alerts turned off. Public safety alerts turned off. My test alerts is turned off. I'm sorry. I cannot live in fear. All right. There are many approaches used to time the market turn, time the market turns and plan trades. But most of these approaches lead to greater confusion and lack of confidence in the results. Keeping the analysis simple is most often the best way to go, and top-down analysis is one of the easiest approach that I recommend to master if you want to trade the right way. What you have to do right now is open your charts and try to practice what you learned in this chapter. Try to identify the market trending using these techniques. It would be a little confusing at the beginning, but let me put it up here. Okay. But, and could you close my door, please? Um, but with some screen time and practice, you will find it easy to identify the market direction. All right, so they have one an example when it was now in this case, price was giving us lower highs and lower lows in the market going down. Retest, it did create a higher low, but we're hitting that resistance level. Now we need to look at that daily time frame to see if price is actually going to reverse or not. All right, they does give us the bullish candlestick pattern. However, so most people would see if it will buy. However, in this case, the buy did happen on the next day, but it fell in turn once it fell and then it turned to go in a direction that it was going already in. All right. All right. Then this one, in this case, price is giving us higher highs and higher lows in the market. This is that counter trend trade that they were talking about because it's a reversal. Um, Now, at first, as I was looking on a weekly time frame, on a daily chart, that bearish candle was given. All right. Also, inside that bearish candle, it was another candlestick pattern inside of that as well. Price then gives us one more push up, still failed though. Hit that resistance level, sold now, and did a huge reversal. Right, so let's see if we can find these areas in the market. I want to try to use euro. You know what? Let's try AUD and USD. And let's use um random bar. Let's start on that weekly time frame. All right. And yeah, random bar. Okay. Let's see what it gives us. It gives, what am I supposed to do with this? All right. All right. Let's see if we can try to break this down. All right. So we have a support level right here. And here we have a resistance level. Price is creating higher highs and higher, well, not really. This is the lower, this is a high, right? It's a lower high, or from what we can see, it looks like a lower high. Um, then a lower lowest form, lower highest form. All right, comes back. All right, break structure, higher high, higher low. However, it did create a higher high, but this high, the higher high from here, but this high is actually lower than this previous high. So this actually may be a lower high, possible um reversal. Then when I go to the daily time frame, uh-oh, sorry. Let me go into the book. Let me go into the book. Let me go into the book. Because we did not do none of those. I just went straight on in, huh? All right, so say for instance, we're gonna trade the 4 hour time frame. We need to look at the weekly, the daily chart, and the 4 hour chart. And if we're gonna trade that 1 hour chart, we need to look at the daily and the 4 hour time frame. All right, so the first thing that we do, weekly chart, most important support and resistance levels. So if you wanted to mark up those support and resistance levels, um, like that again, you can. I'll probably put just like maybe one more here. Um, Structure then breaks X as a support here, X as a resistance. So I kind of like that. Those would be my major turning points in the market. All right, so you decide either to buy or sell or to ignore the signals that you get from the market. We're at a weekly resistance level. So I'm thinking possibly to sell. Let's go down to that daily time frame now. All right, let's see. Oh, sorry. All right, so the market structure, we were already talking about the higher highs and higher lows are formed in the market, but in this case, a lower high from that previous high has been formed. Okay. All right, and then the previous candle, the last candle on a weekly chart. So let's go on that weekly chart one more time. Look at the previous candle, this previous candle, right? We've already talked about the candlestick patterns. That's the first act chapters. All right, so we have a bearish engulfing. All right. Um, this bearish candle engulfs the previous candle. Also, it actually looks like an evening star formation here as well. So you can either do evening star, and inside of that, we have our bearish engulfing. So the evening star is a 3 candlestick pattern. Okay. And then that bearish engulfing is a 2 candlestick pattern. What does the previous day tell us? And then in last week, we were selling. All right. And that week, we were selling. All right, it tells us what happens during a week and it provides us with valuable information. We'll identify these points on a weekly chart. You can now move to the daily to 4 hour to try to gather this information, the market condition, what the market is doing on a 4 hour time. Is trending up or is it trending down? Um, so it was trending up, higher highs are being created in the market. All right, higher low. I mean, yeah, higher high and higher low. This low is higher than this previous low. Maybe get us one more push up to this resistance level and then probably sell down. Um, so all right, what are the most important key levels on a 4 hour to daily time frame? This could be support and resistance, supply and demand areas, or trend lines. If you want to do a trend line, all right, we don't want to force a trend line, but it needs to be at least 2 touches. All right. So we're sitting there if you want to do the trend line option for great job. All right. So if you want to mark up those support and resistance levels on the daily time frame, you could trying to see some major ones. Maybe here. Then X as a support here. I'll stay in this area. Okay. All right. A candlestick pattern that will provide you with the signal to buy or short the market. This could be a pin bar, an engulfing bar, or an inside bar. So we can also do this on a 4 hour time frame. Oh man, that sucks booty because of the random thing that they did. They pushed it all the way back that I cannot get the data. All right, so let's see. Let's just see how this plays out. Okay. We're getting some type of well, there's a break. Okay. So yeah, I know I talk about my ugly part. At this point, price is going in between that is ranging. It's going in between those horizontal and uh support and resistance levels until price finally breaks. All right. Okay. So the break happens. All right. Comes back and retests X as a resistance, and it could possibly sell down to the next ones. Um, in this case, I couldn't go on a 4 hour time frame, but we did have those opportunities to sell the market, those engulf those price action signals. Here we have a bearish engulfing again. We have another bearish engulfing also that looks like that false inside breakout that they were showing us. Kind of look exactly textbook if we're being honest. Uh, like that. Okay, like that. There's a really this is really, but we don't know. We know it's create this on a daily time frame. We know it's creating lower lows and lower highs in the market until it actually finally breaks. Most people will trade, especially in the ranger market. We talked about this in the last video on how to trade either the breakout, the pullback inside of the ranger market, or how to buy at your support and sell at your resistance level in the ranging market. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. Does she break out or get some rejection to the downside? Boom. Seal the hill, baby. Seal the hill. All right. Let's speed this up a little bit. As she goes to the other side. And so this is like a major area. Every time she goes to this resistance level, she pushes until she wants to finally either break out. But let's see what happens. Y'all. Don't you love that? All right, but something quick and easy, not quick and easy, but we can see price being rejected. Okay, we have our engulfing bars. Let me see if I can go. Couldn't still go on the 4 hour time frame. So we were just playing off the daily and the daily and the weekly time frame. This is how it looks on the weekly time frame. Okay, that is a strong uh weekly resistance level. All right, that was back in 2009, right? That we had back there. It is now 2025, and price, I kid you not, is still repeating itself, still playing within those support and resistance levels. Now we're at a major weekly resistance support level. Could we be buying? Could we be buying? All right. All right. But that's what you would do. That's how you would do it. That's how you would play it. Hmm. All right, I actually like that example. And that was the one where it was at first trending up and then the reversal happened or the counter trend trade happened until it actually changes trend and goes down. Let's see a fake out to the downside. Oh no. It's wrong, babe. How we got this? I want to get y'all a fake out. I can't even do nothing on here. Yeah, I can't give you another example. Not on this one. But that's what I have for you guys. If you are not already following me, make sure you follow me. Hold on, before we get to it, we before we leave, next we are doing trading strategies and tactics. Well, let's just go through it. All right, trading tactics and strategies. In the last chapters, you learned three important aspects of price action trading. The first aspect is the market trends. You know how to identify the market trend using multiple time frame analysis. Yes, we just did that. You know how to differentiate between trending markets and range bound markets, and you understand how each market moves. Market structure. Go back to that video if you do not know. Second aspect of this level is the level. All right, so the market trends, what is the market doing? Now is the level, those support and resistance, supply demands, trend lines. You learn how to draw support and resistance and how to draw trend lines. This skill will help you better enter the market in the right time. All right. The third aspect is the signals, candlestick patterns. You have seen different candlestick patterns and you understand the psychology behind its formation and the message they send you. These three aspects, which are the trend, the level, the signals, are what we use in our trading approach to make money trading any financial market. Okay. I mean that when you open a chart, you would try to answer three important questions. What the market is doing. Is it trending, consolidating, or is it a choppy market? If it's trending, you know how to identify uptrend or downtrend. If it's ranging, you see that it's trading horizontally between two boundaries. And if it's a choppy, you close your chart and you stay away. All right. Number two is what are the most powerful levels in a market? If the market is trending up or down, or if it's ranging, you would try to find the most important support and resistance levels. All right. These levels are the best zones where you can buy and sell the market. All right. And then number three is what is the best signal to enter the market? The best signal to enter the market means the right time to execute your trade. And this is what you learn in the next, and this is what you will learn in the next chapter. All right. And it's the best time to execute your trades. All right, then we're gonna go into the pin bar candlestick pattern strategies. Guys, now's the good part. We marked up our charts. We know how to identify. Now, can we get in? Are we there yet? All right, so we just finished those two. Pin bar, candlestick patterns, and its strategies will be up next. I'm gonna take my time with these things. Some of them are easy to be able to do on how to trade. You do not have to use all of these strategies. Whatever strategy that fits for you, for whatever candlestick pattern setup, please take it. All right. Also, if you do see these candlesticks in combination with your other technical tools, um, trade its strategy. Okay. All right. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure that you are following me and subscribe to me. If you're not already following me at Marita Goddess, MARATHEGODESS and two number twos. Yes, I know it's Wendy and Goddess. That's how I want it to be. Guys, comment. Let me know. Do you need help? You got this. But I can only help you if you let me know. Closed mouths don't get fed. Okay?